All right, let's talk about one of the most common fears on the planet, public speaking. But you know what? We're not just going to talk about surviving your next presentation. We're going to dive into how you can turn all that nervous energy into real, actual confidence. So let's get started on turning that fear into one of your biggest strengths.
You know the feeling, right? Your heart starts hammering in your chest, your hands get all clammy, and you have that sudden, overwhelming urge to be literally anywhere else. It's a super intense physical feeling, kind of like your brain's ancient fight-or-flight system kicking into overdrive. And that feeling? That's exactly where we're going to start.
And here's the absolute most important thing you need to hear right now. You are so not alone in this. Almost everybody feels this way. But here's the secret. Confidence isn't some magic personality trait you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can totally master it.
Okay, so our first step is to basically become a detective. To really solve the problem of being nervous, you first got to figure out where those nerves are coming from, right? So let's put on our detective hats and decode the why behind it all.
So these are pretty much the four usual suspects when it comes to presentation anxiety. You've got the fear of what other people will think, the feeling that you're just not prepared enough, maybe you're haunted by a presentation that went badly in the past, or that sneaky trap of perfectionism. What's wild is how they all feed into each other, creating this nasty little cycle. Do any of these sound familiar? Take a second, see if one of them is your main culprit.
And that's the whole point right there. The second you can name your why, whether it's that fear of being judged or the ghost of a bad presentation, you've done the most important thing. You've just taken the power back. And now we can start building your toolkit.
So we figured out the why, and now it's time to build the how. This section is all about taming those nerves. Think of this as your practical, in-the-moment toolkit. These are things you can do right before you walk out there.
These 3 steps, this is your new pre-presentation ritual. First, practice. Practice until you know your material so well it feels like you're just talking. Familiarity is the ultimate antidote to fear. Second, visualize. And this isn't just wishful thinking. Your brain actually has a hard time telling the difference between a real memory and a vividly imagined one. So you're basically giving it a practice run for success. And third, breathe. Deep breathing is like a biological cheat code that tells your entire nervous system, hey, we're okay, calm down. It's simple, but it works. Okay, this one is a total game changer. Think about it. The physical feelings of being anxious and being excited, the racing heart, the adrenaline, they're almost identical. The only thing that's different is the story you're telling yourself about it. So catch yourself. Instead of thinking, oh man, I'm so nervous, try reframing it to, wow, my body's getting revved up. I'm excited to share this. You can use that energy. Don't let it use you.
All right, so we've worked on our internal state. Now let's switch gears and focus on how we project ourselves outward. Section 3 is all about owning the room. We're going to look at specific techniques to build a really strong, confident presence.
So what even is presence? You know it when you see it, right? It's that person who gets up to speak and you just can't look away. It's really 2 things at once. It's commanding attention with your confidence, but it's also creating a real connection that makes every single person in that room feel like you're talking just to them.
I love this slide because the contrast is just so clear. On the left, you've got all the classic tells of nervousness, little things we do without even thinking. But on the right, that's our goal. For every nervous habit, there's a confident alternative. Instead of shifting around, you plant your feet. Instead of looking at the floor, you actually connect with people.
So how do we actually do it? First, your body. Stand tall, take up space. It tells the audience and your own brain that you're confident. Second, your eyes. Don't just scan the room. Actually look at a few friendly faces. It builds trust. Third, your voice. Please don't be monotone. Vary your pitch and your speed to keep people engaged. And finally, my favorite, the strategic pause. A moment of silence isn't awkward. It's powerful. It gives your audience a second to digest what you just said and really commands their attention.
Okay, we've covered the in-the-moment tricks and the physical stuff. But if you want this confidence to really stick, we have to go deeper. This last section is all about building a confident mindset. This is the long game.
Now, this might feel a little weird at first, and that's okay, but using positive affirmations like this is literally a way to start reprogramming your brain. You're telling it what to believe about you. Repeating something like this over and over helps you build a brand new, more confident story about yourself. And that new story gets stronger when you back it up with these habits. First, aim for good enough, not perfect.
After a presentation, don't just beat yourself up over what went wrong. Make a point to celebrate the things that went right. And ask a friend you trust for some real constructive feedback. This creates a positive loop where every single presentation, good or bad, becomes a learning opportunity.
So if you only take one single thing away from all of this, let it be this. Confidence isn't something you just have. It's something you build. It's a muscle. And the more you work it out, through practice, through preparation, through reflection, the stronger and stronger it's going to get.
Which brings us right here to the final thought. That next presentation you have coming up, it's not a test, it's not a trial by fire, it's a workout. It's your next practice session. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?